Hi, welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today we're going to talk about taking care of business. Let's talk a little bit about my process for finishing up classes and clearing the piles off my desk. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about my process and how I decide what to work on next. So after I had finished all of the challenges over at the SG Scrap Squad, I was cleaning up my desk and I found my scrapbooking classes list, and it had under it some, okay, confession time. The real reason I was cleaning up was because I spilt my White Claw on my desk, and as you can see, my papers are water damaged. Anyways, the scrapbooking class list was there, and then this also, these sketches were kind of tucked in behind it. So at the time that I printed this list off, I had been, I think I've mentioned this in another video, but I had been having a little bit of scrappy FOMO about joining all the classes that were coming out in the new year. And I decided to challenge myself to write down all of the classes that I had started and not finished. I had decided to look online for any free classes that were available, and then compiled a list of all the things that I felt like I could do instead of paying money to buy classes online. So I, as you can see, I have quite an extensive list that's 3 pages long. And I've checked some things off along the way, but I still have a long ways to go. So I kind of, sometimes I get lost in that and I just kind of forget about this and I do something else. So for a while I was working on all the things that came out on National Scrapbook Day that were motivating me. So there was the collection cut up series at RTS, and there was the Scrap Squad challenges. There was challenges on scrap shots, and I was doing those. There was challenges on for the Scrapbooking Cards Today magazine, and I was doing those. And that's okay. Do whatever is motivating you. But sometimes I need to stop and look at what could motivate me next, because after that was finished, I had no direction. So I wasn't really sure what I was going to do next. So when I was cleaning up and I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I could pick a class and go with that. So I'm also in the midst of working with the Allison Davis 6x6 paper pad class for 1-page sketches, and that has been keeping me busy, but that's only 1 layout a week, and I typically do about 2 or 3, sometimes more. So I was looking for where I'm going to head next, and I found this list, and behind it was these sketches. Now these were from a class that She's So Crafty on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook was doing, Shannon Aller. And so that's on my list of classes somewhere. She's Crafty mini paper pad class. So she's crafty, and she did this mini paper pad class where she put out sketches that she thought would be good for mini paper pads, 6x8 or 6x6 or whatever. And she put out like a sketch a week for a few weeks, and then we all would do one and share it in a Facebook group. And so I did that for about half, and then I fell off the bus. So the sketches that I had not completed were still sitting on my desk. So I was still printing off the sketch with the intention of doing it, but I didn't do it. So here's the sketches that were sitting on my desk. Okay. And then I also have this stack of things that I wanted to share with you. So these were the things that motivated me to do what I will show you next. But I had these, and I had this, and this was basically, I will pull out 3 or 4 collection packs or mini kits that I've made, and I will match them with photos that I think they go with. Okay, so these are photos of Quentin's first trip to the Great Wolf Lodge, and so I put them with the Little Lumberjack collection. And I usually have 4 to 5 of those, sometimes more depending on what my month is looking like, sitting out in a pile. Okay, so I had this pile and this pile that I wanted to get cleared off my desk. Okay, so I have not tackled the Great Wolf Lodge pictures. And I'll be honest, I think that part of the reason that I haven't tackled it is because this is a memory of that belongs to like his Nana and Papa and his great auntie and his mummy and daddy, but I wasn't there, and there's not a lot of information that came with the texts. It was just cute pictures, and so I wasn't really sure of the story to tell. So they're still sitting here, but this is where I'm headed after today, is to this, because it's the last bundle that I have put together where I have papers matched with photos sitting out. So I'm gonna clear this up. But I also had this sitting out, which was Valentine's Day collection from Bo Bunny from 2011, I believe, 2013. It's called Head Over Heels. And then I have other Valentine's stuff tucked in there that I thought went along fine with the collection. And I had Quentin's first Valentine's Day pictures in here. And for whatever reason, this is another one that I was kind of ignoring for a while. And so those two things have been sitting here in a pile. Well, I did all of the collection cut up with the Toy Box series. I did all of the challenges for, scrap shots, and I did a one-hit wonder challenge at Rediscover Your Stash, and I did scrap shots challenges, and I did SCT challenges, and this sat here for that whole time, and I never touched it. So with the Great Wolf Lodge, I don't know what the hang up is with this one, but I just didn't do it. Maybe it just wasn't motivating me. So I had this and these, and I thought, you know what? I don't need to use a 6x6 paper pad to do a class or to do these sketches, because there's tons of scraps in here, just as good for using scrap paper, right? So I was like, I'm going to challenge myself to use the scraps from this to complete these layouts. So I had kind of 2 little mini stories to tell. Well, 3. Well, yeah. Anyways, so I started with this one, and I completed this layout. So for this one, all I did was I traced a plate 3 times, like shifted it and traced again, shifted it and traced it again. And then I used my scrap papers and layered them up in the same way that was in the sketch. Did the same thing down here, and then I added my photos. So this one was just texts I got from his mom that said Mommy's Little Valentine, because it was his first Valentine's Day. And then this one was still Valentine's Day, and it says Quentin wants Sydney to be his Valentine. He loves his kitty. And this was a really important one for me to highlight too, because they no longer have Sydney. She had to be rehomed. So I did that one, and I was super excited to finally get to this pack, but I had more photos from his first Valentine's Day and a totally different story to tell. So I made another layout, but instead of using the Valentine kit, I took these pages out, or these pictures out of that pack, and I used this sketch. And I saw when I looked here, I'm like, you know what? That would be great for 6x6 papers, because you could cut them and extend them. It would also be great for border strips, but I saw washi tape. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grab a bunch of washi tape, and I'm going to lay it across here. And after I got the washi tape down, I kind of went rogue, and I did not put this little trail here, although, I mean, you could consider this, I suppose, something similar. So here we're telling the story for Quentin's first Valentine's Day. Mummy had this cute shirt made that says, "Will you be my Valentine?" Because Valentine is our last name, so it's kind of like a play on our last name for Valentine's Day. I can't tell you how many kids over the years working in a school have called me Mrs. Valentine. So anyways, The background paper is this like love paper. It's embossed, and I got it for free at a garage sale. Here's another money saving tip. Look at garage sales and thrift stores for scrapbooking supplies. I got it for free. It was in a like take me box. There was a stack of these embossed papers because they had water damage. So I cut the edges off that were badly water damaged, and I put a ton of glue on the back and glued it down to another cardstock, and you can't even tell. And I think it's super cute. And then I just used the title from his t-shirt and an XOXO, because there's a little XOXO on his t-shirt as well. And I felt like that was another check off of my list. Now, I did not have any more Valentine's photos or photos matched, and I didn't feel like this sketch was gonna work for the Great Wolf Lodge photos that I had already pulled, because there's a ton of those photos. I'd like to do a 2-page layout, and this has like 3 teeny tiny photos, and I was like, that's probably not where I want to go. But I did have this also sitting out because I just got my friend Sherry did an order on for paper issues, and was like, hey, do you want anything, and we'll share the shipping cost. And I'm like, yeah. So I grabbed the stuff that they had from the Never Grow Up collection, because I never got this collection when it was new, and then I had kind of like regret about it. And so I thought, if I'm still thinking about it a couple years later, I might as well go ahead and grab what I can of it. So I got the 6x8 project pad, the cardboards or chipboards. What are these? I don't know. They're dimensional. Let's Play foam and cardstock phrase stickers. So I got those, and I got the 6x12 paper stickers. And then I just tucked them in this bag with the, I have a few sheets of the, what was this one? Box of Crayons collection, and just these patch kind of sticker looking thingies. And then I got a few embellishments to go with too. So I got this little mini pad, and I thought this is perfect because this was all about the mini pads, right? And here's the mini pad. So I was like, well, I grabbed this, and I'm like, I'll just go through, because here's another thing that haunts me. This is the giant box of photos from Quentin's first year. And it's getting emptier and emptier as I go, but I still have 3 packs of photos from it. So anyway, I went through there and I found some pictures that I thought would be cute with this Never Grow Up collection, and I completed this layout. Called Explore This Great Big World, and it just says, Quentin is running in the yard chasing after Daddy while he mows the lawn, stopping to smell the flowers and sometimes the weeds too. So I just copied the sketch basically, and I just used bigger photos because that's what I had, and adjusted it to fit my pictures. So I feel like that's finished too. And so those sketches are off my desk, and I feel like in my own mind I have completed the She's Crafty mini paper pad class. So check. And that is that. Now, so where I just wanted to share those things with you so you could see a little bit of my process, and so that you could see the layouts that I made while I wasn't filming. So 2 kind of tips. One is to go back to the classes that you've already paid for. And if you've already done them, maybe do them again with a new idea or a new vision. Or this glass mat really reflects my lighting, doesn't it? Approach them with different photos, different papers. I guarantee your layouts will come out differently. Also, there are a ton of free or inexpensive classes that you can find online. So Big Picture has some free classes. Who else did I find free classes from? I think Studio Calico. I can't remember if those ones were free or just inexpensive. They had Summer of Sketches 2017 and 2018. Um, Beginner Scrapbooking by Taking the Scenic Route, who is Laura Alberts on YouTube. She has a free class on her website. Scrapbook.com has a ton of free classes. So I will link some of those below. So if you are feeling like me, that crafty FOMO of like, I want to join the classes, I want inspiration, or you just need to find a way to get moving and get some layouts made, definitely check the links below. And my organization tip was to pick out your photos, go through your pictures, lay out, choose 5 collection packs, lay them out on your desk or on the floor or on the counter, wherever is the best place for you to work, wherever you can lay out 5 collection kits, and pick pictures that you want to scrapbook, stories you want to tell that you haven't done yet, and match them up with those 5 collection kits. And that's a great place to start. Maybe you want to also grab a sketch and lay a sketch on top of each one. There's tons of free sketches on Pinterest. There is a free sketchbook by Lori Whitlock, I think. No, maybe I'm wrong. Laura Whitaker. There you go. Lori Whitlock is a designer for Echo Park, I think. Anyway, Laura Whitaker has put out her sketchbook for free. I will link that below as well. And there's tons of free inspiration out there. So if you're looking for inspiration or you're feeling that crafty FOMO, definitely don't let that stop you from getting started. All right. If you want to try any of the things I mentioned, please hit the show more button under the description below the video to find the links to those things that we talked about. And if you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear from you. Please either message me or leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. And if you could click that thumbs up button and give me a like, I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to see more videos here at Paper Route Scrapbooking, click that subscribe button and be sure to hit that notification bell to be notified when a new video goes up. Thanks so much for watching.